So we're looking at the plantar fascia, and it's time to create some load in the tissues that are going to support it, okay? At the same time, there's been good success shown that if you put the plantar fascia on a little bit of a stretch position and load the calf muscle, it does better than if you just strengthen the calf muscle, okay? So the way we're gonna do that is with this little setup that you can do at home. Dylan's just taken his socks, put it on a little face cloth, so now his toes are extended, which is one of the ways the plantar fascia stretches. And we're going to bring him kind of just back a little bit, so he's using this block like a heel raise. There we go. Got it? All right, so now what he's going to do is he's going to put his other foot up on the step, so he's got support. He's just going to do a calf raise with the knee a little bit bent on that back leg. So now he's working the soleus, that deep calf muscle, and he's letting those toes have a little bit of extension stretch at the bottom of the movement. Can you feel that as a slight stretch in your foot?
I definitely can.
Okay.
I feel like I could put the padding a little bit more kind of underneath my toes.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. That you want to kind of wiggle it back and forth until you feel like the metatarsal heads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now those are sort of hitting the ground a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Good. And this block that I've got him on is just, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. It could be a little taller if you've got a really flexible ankle, so you get a bit more stretch on it. And it should still feel like it's a calf strengthening exercise, but you're also having to work that plantar fascia.
I can feel it under my foot as well.
Perfect. And
yeah, right underneath all the metatarsal heads in my left foot, I can feel it.
Excellent. There's a couple of little things that also, you'll tend to do this, you'll tend to claw the toes. You want to try and relax the toes a little bit. And make sure that the pressure across the toes is fairly equal, but particularly that the big toe is getting good pressure. Because that's where most of the plantar fascia problems are directed, is on the medial, the inside branch of the plantar fascia. So let's have a look at the other side. So he's got those toes a little extended. This is just for support, the wall if he needs it. And then he's doing it up and down. And he's controlling it with that knee slightly bent, thinking of his weight is really just going up and down, not too much going forward and backwards. Just straight vertical. And he's still keeping that right knee a little bent, and he's getting a little stretch at the bottom of that movement every time.
What kind of speed should we be aiming at? So for example, a lot of runners are familiar with like eccentric calf raises. How quickly and how much control should we exercise on that?
So these are about a 3-second lowering movement, a 3-second raising movement. If you've got any pain in this, then I would put in the isometric hold as well, short of the pain. So it could be that you're only working 20 to 40 degrees, or it could be working the whole 60 degrees. But that rate that you've got there at the moment is bang on, is really, really perfect. It's nice and fluid and controlled. And as you get a little fatigued, the corrugation will come back in. You'll feel that sort of perturbing the movement a little bit, and you want to try and smooth that out as much as you can.
Great. First exercise done here is part of the plantar fascia series. Of course, very simple props here. You can use a step, and I just used a couple pairs of socks underneath my feet to just help stretch out those toes. Thanks for following along.